بسم الله الرحمن
For so long, many of us have been longing for an oasis, a place where we can find peace and kind faces, a place where people are not oppressive or racist, but where people help each other and treat one another on an equal basis, not an environment of anger or animosity, but where your neighbor embraces, not a place that feels cold and hard, but a place that's blessed with spiritual graces. But right now, we feel that we have to travel to the other side of the world to find these types of places, while in reality, we can locally create our own spiritually conducive spaces. And I'm not speaking of some village isolated from the rest of society, because it's our duty to reduce our neighbors' misconceptions and anxiety, but it does need to be a place that can cultivate piety. And I'm not speaking of a cult or sectarian camp, but rather a place that embraces variety. But it's too often that we focus on our differences rather than our mutual commonality, while we're living in environments that are calling our families away from morality and pulling them towards evils such as greed, lust, fornication, and homosexuality, making these disgusting things out to be normality, leaving our youth with a twisted and confused mentality, completely drained and void of spirituality. So we must now wake up and come to the reality that we must come together in our locality to create environments and institutions that produce something much greater, like youth whose hearts are connected to their Creator and become righteous servants now rather than later, and strive to please their Lord rather than just being an imitator, because they would know that they are treading a path that's straighter, and they will be well-rounded like the celestial equator, because these environments and institutions that are based upon spirituality and education are the direct causation of an individual's firm foundation, which gives one the motivation to go against their temptation and live up to their Lord's expectation. It gives one the preparation to hold firm to fulfilling every obligation. It provides cultivation for one's contemplation and realization of the need to better our situation. It leads to a healthy combination of recreation, recitation, and prostration, all done within moderation. So it should be our aspiration to prepare the next generation. And I promise you that there is no need for a mass migration to another location, because this can be established right here in our own nation. So we must support the cause with dedication, either through giving your time or reaching in your pocket and making a donation, or at least by raising your hands and making a strong supplication.